Thank you, Barry. Barry started this. We gave him the job in the department of doing that Knowledge Society report, which the Taoiseach had asked us to do. And we decided we were in an economic crisis, we need to be very specific about projects that would assist our economic development, and implementable projects. We came up with 6 project areas. And at that, it was last August, last July, a year ago, we had the final meeting of the group, industry and public sector, who'd worked together on it. And there was a point just made towards the end of that meeting. It was Paul Rellis of Microsoft said, okay, this is good stuff, this is a good report, but it will mean nothing unless it's actually implemented, unless something happens next year of real consequence because of this report. And I get equipment then, I said, listen, you're going to see us going to our budget process in December, get money for these projects, and get going next year. And as Barry said, that's what we've now done. This project, which we got an allocation of €5 million for in the last year's budget, is now delivered 1 year later. It's up and running. It's a huge achievement for everyone involved, but particularly for you, Barry, who've led this project from the start. All of us in that room had a sense that this exemplar network was the right thing to do, that the technology was very real, potentially genuinely disruptive, and that we had to make investment to see it turning into reality. I made a particular sense of why it was needed just in my role as communications minister. It's interesting, I was over in Japan 2 years ago and talking to the Japanese Minister of Communications, because they have a reasonably advanced 100 megabit fibre network to a lot of their country. And I remember asking him, I said, what's happening? How's it working? And a bit like, Scotty in Star Trek to Captain Kirk, she can't take it. That was the sense, that while the fibre was very attractive and working well, that the actual system, the blockages in the system, were actually starting to be the real constraint, that the switching and other equipment couldn't actually take the volume of data that was now starting to be delivered through people using file transfers and so on. And I saw a real sense in my head that there's a problem here in some of the blockage points that has to be overcome. Or similarly, when you're talking to telecommunications companies, which we are on a regular basis, the realization that their business case, to make it work, needs a quantum leap in their capability to carry data. They have a huge business opportunity because they're going to be handling our public's entertainment, communications, and business management systems. But the price of all that data traffic is coming down. And for them to make the economic case for investment in the networks, they need a quantum leap. They need to overcome some of those bottlenecks which we're starting to see, particularly as mobile phone networks evolve and people are looking for applications, streaming applications on their mobile phone. So this technology, or the potential here, is for us to overcome those blockages and make the business case for the next leap forward in the internet. It's of that scale of importance, that scale of opportunity, that is the scale of disruptive technology that we are looking to deploy here. It is of global consequence. So we made the investment, products designed in UCD, built in this case in Cork, which is good a collaboration as any I can imagine, a rare one. And crucially, we've designed it in a way that I think is appropriate for this next leap forward in a global internet. It is open access. It's open to everyone. I was trying to think of metaphors today of, how do you describe this, because it's complex stuff. It's like the driving range for the next future of the internet. The world as wide can come here and test out this technology on our exemplar network before it heads out onto the golf course and is deployed in a whole range of different applications. It is open to all bodies, public and private, international and Irish, to test this technology and to use it. That has huge benefits or potential for us in creating jobs. Rather than this technology developing, as it would surely have in another country, it's now developed here in this city, and people will come to this city to test it and to use it and to develop it. So there's huge benefits for the state in the job creation opportunities that will come out of this. But lastly, and I'm conscious of 2 minutes timelines, which I've probably breached. Oh, was I given 5? Was I? Oh, sorry. I'll be very slow then in my last sentence. Why we made this investment? was because we needed to give real confidence that we have this capability in this country, in government to recognise the skills coming out of our universities and saying we are investing in it because we think it is world class. That sense of confidence, I think, comes out of these type of projects. Not only is it hugely important in the international development of the internet, but I think it's important for this country to back projects where we are world leaders, where we actually deploy the technology ourselves, and make this next step forward as a country where we start creating Irish businesses of large scale with real technology that was designed and built and deployed now in Ireland. Also as well, just to give a scale, given I have another minute, this is green technology. Like our exemplar network inside is I'm carrying twice the volume of traffic, or has potential to carry twice the volume of traffic that the London phone systems carry in that room. It's 2.5 terabytes of carrying capacity. It is really high quality material. I was terrified I was inside getting a photograph taken. It's like getting the teeth pulled out. And particularly when you're looking at yourself on high definition screen, with the vision, the material being carried on our exemplar network, because there isn't a single flaw. You don't, as you sometimes see if you're watching the internet or even your mobile phone, that pixelation occurring because the switching system can't cope with the volume of traffic. So what we're doing here is a really high-spec system, but that uses 1/4 of the energy. So this is actually important green technology to allow us to tackle climate change. Lastly, this is important technology for Ireland as being a centre of global communications. I believe what we're going to look at, what we're hearing from later on, is a proposal to build a new fibre cable across the Irish Sea that can link into this network now to provide the highest speed connection between Dublin and London. Government has just invested with private sector on an ultra high speed cable coming from North America, coming in through Derry and down to Dublin. So we're on the step here of creating for this country a really, really fast, high quality, world-leading internet infrastructure that allows us to create jobs in the IFSC, that allows us to create jobs right along that Project Capital line, where people can link into it, knowing that they have some of the best internet. They have the best internet connected system in the world. That's the scale of what we're launching here today. That's the scale of what we're starting here today. It's in the back of 20 years research that John Dunn, Tom Farrell and others started back in UCD. They deserve huge credit. I was a UCD Commerce graduate. We sometimes thought slightly lightly of the engineering students, that kind of slightly unkept look that they had as we roamed around the campus. But these guys are bright, and I think what we've done today is brilliant. Thank you.